Warriors and Utah Jazz. Steph Curry making the go-ahead three with 14 seconds left. Yep, and he would finish with 36 points, in doing so becoming the 5th player over the last 20 seasons to score 30-plus points versus 13 or more opponents in multiple seasons. He has like a record in every category and everything.
The lean after the shot is so swaggery.
So the Warriors clinched a spot in the Western Conference play-in tournament. Amazing, considering what they've dealt with.
And this is why I love everything that you just said, Ashley, because Steph was quite literally unguardable, had 36, and he is the reason why LeBron James is currently shaking somewhere in LA, because they are tucked nicely in that 8 seed while the Lakers are in that 7 seed. So if things play out with just a handful of games left, guess who the Lakers are going to have to play? The Dubs, and they don't want that.
No, they do not. Winner Jay Clark, though, on the opposite side of this here matchup, because we need to give him a nickname like Lou Will. He has now become the first person since Lou Will did it in 2018, 2019 to string together multiple 40-point games off the bench in one season. Now, Lou Will won the 6th Man of the Year that season. Jay Clark is well on his way as well.
Jay Clark better text one of my friends. I promise you that.
What?
He should.
It's a story.
Not. New Orleans coming up short, you guys, because they're missing their leading scorers, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr. coming up with the block. Ja Morant throwing it up. Jackson Jr., thank you very much.
Yes.
Finishes with that alley-oop. That's nice. And Dylan Brooks leading Memphis, 23 points. The Grizzlies won 115-110. With that win over the Pelicans, the Grizzlies have clinched a spot in the Western Conference play-in tournament. Who would have thought?
How about that? Though the block that you started that highlight with is part of a theme. Block party for Memphis. They had 19 blocks as a team. That is the most of the NBA season by any team thus far. Also the most, tied for the most in their franchise history. Defense turns to offense. When you got a cat that can run like Ja Morant and go up and get the ball from wherever it is in the stadium, yeah, you make good on that typically.
Yeah.
Ja has currently surpassed my 3rd favorite Ja, which is Ja Rule, is now my 2nd favorite Ja of all time, still behind Ja Pan. But for Ja Morant, he finally broke a streak. The Pelicans were the Pelicans. And by that I mean they weren't able to beat the Grizzlies for a 6th straight time, which means Ja Morant and his Memphis Grizzlies have beaten New Orleans for the first time since he entered the league just a couple seasons ago. So hat tip to Ja Morant for checking that one off the list.
Trev, you ready for this? Wizards, Hawks. How you feeling?
That was a fake.
Let's see how Danilo Gallinari's feeling. Miss. Russell Westbrook grabbing his 10th board to complete his 182nd career triple-double, passing Oscar Robertson for the most all-time. My goodness.
Awesome.
Unbelievable. His teammates giving him a standing ovation. 5 seconds left then. Wizards down 1. Westbrook, pull it up. The jumper's off. But he finished 28 points, 21 assists, 13 rebounds. Hawks win 125-124. There's a new triple-double king in the NBA. Russell Westbrook surpassed Oscar Robertson with his 182nd career triple-double on Monday. Robertson had held that record since November of 1961 when his 33rd career triple-double surpassed Bob Cousy for the most all-time at that point in NBA history. Here's a little social reaction. Let's take a look at what everyone had to say on the Twitter. Bradley Beal giving love. Stephen A. Smith, obviously. So much for the hate. Yeah, what are the haters saying now? Jamal Crawford weighing in.
I mean, you really just cannot hate Westbrook. Oh, was he hating? Was Stephen A. Smith hating?
No, he was saying so much for the hate.
It was like, my bad.
Did ATL give hate to Russ?
No. Why would we?
I don't know.
Although I'm getting ready to throw a little shit. Shoot. You brought up that three-pointer at the end of the game. That 3-ball attempt near the buzzer. He is now 8 for dang 48 at potential game tying or winning threes in the last 5 seconds of regulation to OT. I understand the blatant shade, but I love Russell Westbrook, just for the record. Keep on shooting your shot in whatever form that is.
And we're talking lemon pepper wings because everybody gets an 8 straight for Atlanta. I know, Trevor, you'd love to see this, but I'm going to call myself out. I'm a fraud.
Whoa.
I've never had lemon pepper wings.
It's okay.
I'm in on the conversation. I'm like, yeah.
You think it's cool?
We'll get you right.
I just want to be in on it, but
we'll get you right.
I mean, we know I haven't.
I don't know, too spicy.
Yeah. What? It's the lemon, right?
You should be ashamed. Winner, track meet, because that's what it is when you play Washington. Attribute it to the game if you want to, but the Wizards are the first team since 1984 to go 6 straight games of scoring and allowing 120 points. Now, I imagine that a mixed bag
hilarious.
occurs when that happens for a team. Yeah, they're 3-3, so it's a perfect example of you never know what's going to happen.
Well, guys, terrible news for the Celtics. All-star guard Jaylen Brown has a torn ligament in his left wrist after suffering the injury over the weekend.
Oh, those left wrist injuries, I'm telling you.
Goodness, he will miss the remainder of the season. And it's such a shame because he averaged a career-high 24.7 points this season, and he is expected to have surgery later this week. How big of a loss is this, Kendrick Perkins?
Well, I mean, it hurts it, obviously, and I hate it because Jaylen is called Jaylen Underappreciated Brown for a reason. One of the most underrated players in the game. But now it's time for Jason Tatum to elevate his game even more, and that's because he has a $32 million bonus if he can make an all-NBA team. And now he has the case to make it. But to be honest with you, their ceiling without Jaylen Brown is a first-round exit if they get out of the first round. So right now the Celtics are not looking good. And in my words from country Beaumont, Texas, they are dead bird tall grass.
Kendrick Perkins, such a beauty, such a Texas boy.
Man, that's such a good take.
Love it.
I love it.
Right, great insight. Now time to go around the association. Trent kicking us off.
Why not? Bucks Spurs. So the Bucks got doorsed by 21 in San Antonio. We're gonna go remember the Alamo because I imagine popping them hollering this as they were absolutely whooping up on Milwaukee and them. So biggest takeaway here is that Milwaukee had everybody. I am now even more concerned.
I don't care. You know. Blazers hosting the Rockets, a little standard operating procedure, or
SOP.
Any day that ends in Y, or just Dame being Dame.
Yep.
Same game of a different name. He'll pull up from anywhere, had 30-something. The Blazers waxed the Rockets.
Yeesh. Pacers, Cavaliers, my word, hot start. Stay hot, Domantas Sabonis, because he had 10 points, 10 rebounds at halftime tonight. It's the 9th time this season he's recorded a double-double in the first half. That's the most in the NBA.
Shouts to the Indiana Pacers surging up the Eastern Conference standing. A big win last night. They are now 4 games behind 500 and in the 9th slot.
Lesser of the call them Windiana for nothing, baby. Right. Let's go.
Lesser of the 2 play-in games. Let's talk about this Eastern Conference at large. 3 at the top, and it feels like the rest. But let's start with that lesser of the 2 play-in games. Pacers, Wizards, who are you taking in that one game to win it?
Well, first and foremost, I'm old enough to remember that only playoff teams would make it if they had a winning record. So
okay.
let's just broaden the field. I'm with you, fine. LeBron. Give me the Wizards, though, because if Bradley Beal returns healthy-ish,
right.
Him and Russell, the way they're playing right now, kind of unstoppable. So give me DC over the Pacers.
You mentioned health. That's not what's going on in Boston. Celtics hurt to the high heavens. Jaylen Brown done for the season. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, these play-in games for them, they're a no-go. So they lose both of them. They are out of the picture. We are left with Hornets, Wizards as your now 7 and 8 seed. So, again, 3 and the rest, let's do these matchups. 1 and 8, Sixers, Wizards. What you got?
Okay.
Do they have a chance?
Yes, they do.
Don't do that.
Have a chance.
No.
Mr. Walking triple-double and Bradley Beal scoring 50 points with a bad back and a bad everything. If they can somehow string a couple of those games together, the TikTok community would love.
No, we're doing this.
Trevor,
we're not doing that. No, 2-7.
I pose to you valid arguments.
You're not doing that because 2-7, we're moving on. Look, Nets, Hornets, there is something that is exciting around Charlotte, but it's not consistent.
Correct.
And the Nets, even though they don't play a lick of defense, they play plenty in offense, and I don't think Charlotte keeps up, so we're going to go ahead and get them out of the paint.
And as soon as their big three decides to, you know what, we're going to play a bunch of games consecutively, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So 4, 5, 6, Knicks, Hawks, Heat. Any chance one of those 3 can move up and kind of play with those 3?
Yes.
Who are you about to pander to?
It's not Atlanta, Trevor. We know that. And it's not Miami. Give me the Knickerbockers, baby. They've been doing it all season. And all season we've been, they're not for real. They're not for real. They're not for real. Maybe they're for real. Julius Randle, MVP candidate. No, he can't be. Yes, he can be. The New York Knicks are playing solid basketball, and there's no argument against it. I have no dog in the fight.
Interrupt your campaign to say that the Miami Heat did this last year. Jimmy Butler put the team on his back. Tyler Hero came through out of nowhere. I'm going to believe Jimmy Butler that he has the ability to carry his team, and why not see them in the Eastern Conference Finals again? So Gary and I differ. He panders to fans. I give real analysis.
You're going to say that to me when I'm injured?
Thanks Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.